Well, maybe, because I know I would have pressed everything if you told me I had to get in there. I would have pressed whatever I had to press.
Representative Jamaal Bowman, Democrat from New York, was caught on camera pulling the cannon fire alarm ahead of this motion to adjourn the vote as Democrats tried to delay the CR vote. Multiple sources tell me. We have reached out to him for comment. We haven't reviewed the footage ourselves. Well, hallelujah! Olivia, you are in luck, lady, because there are cameras at the Capitol, and hot diggity dog, they took a picture of Jamaal Bowman pulling the fire alarm. He didn't know what he had no idea what he was doing. It was a red thing and it said fire alarm on it. It was some sort of something or other. Connor? Yeah, we're going to The View, ladies and gentlemen. Here is Whoopi Goldberg explaining that she would have done the same thing.
If you're not sure, then put it up find out what it was, as opposed to just saying, you know, you did this to do that. Because when people pull stunts, I tend to think that they may be more full of it than he is. You know, people who pull this kind of stunt who say, and you only have 3 minutes to read it. I kind of think, oh, all right, well, maybe. Because I know I would have pressed everything if you told me I had to get in there. I would have pressed whatever I had to press to get the door to open, because I knew you would expect me not to be there to vote. So you don't know. We'll be right back.
Whoopi, you dullard. Even if everything you just said there is true, and I think we can mostly agree that they rush these things through and nobody reads them, and Nancy Pelosi, remember Nancy Pelosi, we have to pass the bill so we can find out what's in it. Even if all of that was true, a fire alarm doesn't open a door. There's no connection. There's no electronic connection between the fire alarm and the door. I would have been pulling everything to open that door. All right. None of those things work. Here's Sunny Hostin.
And I don't want to call it a stunt yet. There's going to be an investigation. I know Jamaal. And so, again, I'm a little biased. But the doors that are normally open so that he could get to the chambers to read were somehow miraculously closed. How did that happen? And so, yes, sometimes you're freaking out and you're in an elevator and you're pressing all the buttons.
It goes to what you were saying. It goes to them not having the time.
I've been going to elevators probably about 47 years of my life, okay? I have never accidentally, you might press the wrong floor every now and again. You know, I travel a lot. Sometimes I'm in hotels, different nights, and sometimes I'm like, I'm on the 3rd floor, and actually the night before I was on the 4th floor. That seems legit. How often are you just pressing buttons like a crazy person, figuring out, pulling levers and pressing buttons? These people are all completely, it's not that they're bananas though, right? Like they're not bananas. They're doing exactly what they are supposed to be doing. And in some ways, the worst case, the worst example of someone doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing is the pet conservative on The View. Of course, I'm talking to Alyssa Farah. They give her a cookie, they pat her on the head, they'll turn on her and destroy her. But listen to the way she frames the guy who pulled the fire alarm. It's not, nobody's alleging it. Nobody's, something like a fire alarm. No, none of that is true. A man pulled the fire alarm. We have it on photographic evidence of it. He admits it, but listen to how she frames it.
To vote on a multi-trillion-dollar bill that they didn't have time to read.
Which brings us to...
my buddy Jamaal Bowman.
All right, so...
Okay, so Democratic House member allegedly pulled a fire alarm. He claims that it was because he was trying to get to the House floor. The video seems to, or pictures suggest otherwise. I think it was because the CR came out and he wanted more time to read the bill. But rather, again, than Congress passing a bill that would allow for him to have more time to read it, he literally pulled the fire alarm. It'd be like if I was like, didn't like the next topic and I pulled the fire alarm and ran out. We just can't do that.
What's absolutely ridiculous, is that there's MAGA Republicans that are somehow equating this guy doing this infantile stunt with January 6th. To my knowledge, nobody died because this guy pulled that stunt. To my knowledge, nobody was bleeding. Nobody was attacked because of this stunt.
You know, I'm really trying to reach my higher self these days. I'm a father now. I'm trying to get to a deeper spiritual place. So I'm not going to talk about Ana Navarro today. Okay, I'm not going to do it. But Alyssa, you see what she did there? It's like everything at once. They intentionally, on one hand, she's saying allegedly it was done, and then she explains that he completely did it. The language, they use language in a weird way to keep everybody stupid.